morning, YouTube. Matt Emroy back again. Back to another vlog video on, yes, once again, very rainy and dreary January morning. This is January the 23rd, 2017. You can see Dad here in the background. He's working on planning out our route for when they go across country. So I'll leave him alone, let him do that. But let me show you what a kind of a situation that's arose over here. I'm going to switch the camera view. You might be able to hear the problem right now. As you can see, we have two cats very close to each other, and I've been hearing nothing but hissing over the last few minutes. So let's see if they start getting on each other's nerves. What, you two gonna play nice? Ooh. What you doing? What you doing? Well, they look evil that way. I had to turn the light on so you guys could actually see. They're more interested in me now. You two gonna play nice? You two gonna play nice? Oh. They've been hissing and clawing and scratching at each other all morning. Yes, you have. He just wants to play with her, and she will not have any of it. He's got his paw right there. I'm really surprised she hasn't retaliated yet. What you doing, kids? You little... Alright, tubers. Well, I was just watching Fox News, and thankfully I just got an update from them saying that former President Herbert Walker Bush is indeed out of the ICU. So he's out of the intensive care unit. They're saying that he has a lot less phlegm than he had, and he's actually, I believe, able to breathe on his own right now. So that's really awesome. I'm so glad that he's pulled through this bout of pneumonia. And former First Lady Barbara Bush has actually been discharged from the hospital. So she's out, she's at home now, and he's actually been discharged from the intensive care unit. So thank God. A lot of prayers, I'm sure, are out for both of them. And be nice, hopefully he can get out of the hospital soon. Like I've said before, it's very hard when you're that age and you get pneumonia. A lot of times you just cannot bounce back from it. And pneumonia actually claimed both my grandfather and my grandmother, my mother's parents. My grandfather got it while he was in the veterans home up in New York, and he passed away maybe a week afterwards. And my grandmother didn't even last that long. She was diagnosed with pneumonia when she was in the nursing home, and she lasted maybe 2 or 3 days, and that was about it. So it's really hard, but thankfully they're feeling a lot better. And one other thing I was going to tell you guys, the cats finally dispersed. Baxter actually went his own way. LT's still staying on the chair, so no more fighting in the background. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with those two cats. They're always at each other, but it's usually him because he wants to play, and she doesn't understand play because she's such a scooch. She's never wanted to have much to do with other cats, and not even really other people except for us. So we'll just have to see what happens. Right now, Baxter's just going to have to fight his own battles with her, and I think he's learning that she's not really going to be a playful cat. I mean, he'll try to antagonize her every few minutes when he's up there. He'll kind of just give her the paw. What I noticed he was doing was putting the paw right on her back, and she just didn't want to have any of it. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I'm going to pause the vlog for a few minutes. I got some things I want to accomplish, and we'll see what the rest of the day brings. Talk to you in a little bit. I wanted to revisit something that I did a video on about a year ago. Quite a few of you probably remember this. This is that Creative Nomad Jukebox, the actual thing, and if I can pull it out, there you go. The actual name for this is the Nomad Jukebox Zen Extra by Creative. I bought this at a thrift store, oh my goodness, probably about a year ago now. And this thing is really hard to get out. See if I can do it one-handed or not. Come on. There we go. This is a really cool little jukebox. This is something that they had, came out right around the time the first iPods came out, and it was really supposed to compete with the original iPods, but never really took off as much because, let's face it, Apple kind of has a monopoly on that. Just to reiterate, what this actually it has a 40 gigabyte hard drive, conventional hard drive, very similar to a laptop hard drive in it. Let me go ahead and turn it on. The reason that I had not used this was because the battery that came with it was shot. And I'll be honest with you, I had it sitting down here under my shelving unit for my computer desk for the longest time and totally forgot that I even had it anymore. Until the other day when I needed to pull something out, I finally remembered I had this. I saw it shoved back there. So I went on eBay and I purchased a battery. It was really, really inexpensive. The battery cost me about $8 for this. And boy, am I so glad that I got it, because this thing is awesome. It's not, I can't say it's as good as one of the original iPods, but it really has some nice features that I really like. And I'm not going to go through all of them today, because you guys can go ahead and see that video. Just search my channel for the Nomad Jukebox Zen Extra review, and I was able to do that back then because this would work if it was plugged in, but like I said, the original battery was totally dead. What I want to show you is the replacement battery and something I actually had to do to get it to work. The battery itself seemed to work fine. It is, give you an idea there, it is a 1000 milliamp hour, 3.7 watt hour, 3.7 volt battery. The battery itself worked fine, but the problem that I had was the battery was actually about a centimeter, maybe half a centimeter shorter than the original. So what was happening is it wasn't making good contact. The contacts of this battery sit right about here. And what would happen is if I had this battery just sitting as is, it wouldn't be braced hard enough against those contacts for it to make a connection and actually work. So what I wound up having to do, I pulled off a little piece of cardboard from a, actually this was from one of my word search books, the cover that I had finished. So I pulled that off and I cut it to fit back here to kind of help brace the battery against here so it would make good contact with the contacts there. Contact with the contacts, yeah. And then I put this little flap here. That way if I need to pull the battery out, I can just pull this up and the battery will actually come right out. So luckily that works, and it is nice and tight in there. I'll go ahead and put the cover back on here so you can see. This is a little challenging. You actually have to get these two little bracers in there, and you got to get it in just right or it won't go in. It's very, very hard to do one-handed, so let's see if I can actually do this. There we go. But as you can see, I can shake it around and the battery still makes perfect contact. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update because I really wanted to get this thing working, and I'm almost ashamed that I forgot that I had this. You know, you just get busy with life and you forget, you put projects on the back burner and you totally forget about them. And to be honest, this was a real easy one. I just had to search online for the right battery, and I was really surprised because I remember when I did a quick search when I first got this, and I remember the batteries were going for like $20 or $30, but when I pulled this out the other day, let's say about a week ago, and did a search, the battery prices dramatically went down. I mean, I literally paid $8 for the battery that I have in here, and I've actually probably used this. I charged the battery up fully. It was about halfway charged when I got it. Charged it up fully the other day. It was about 2 days ago now, and I've been using this, I would say, for at least a good 2-3 hours. And as you can see, I still have a full charge. So the battery that I got for this was really good. If you guys ever have any questions in the future, if you have one of these and you want to get the battery for it, just send me, put a link. You know, you can do two things. You send me a personal message, or you can all just put something in the comments, and I'll go ahead and try to answer that, and I'll send you a link to one of the eBay sites. But yeah, I am so stoked to actually have this working again. So I've had a request from several of you guys out there in YouTube land to explain what computers I'm actually still using right now. And a few things have changed, but I know I haven't done it in a while, mainly because a lot hasn't changed. So I guess I'll just do a real quick overview. I'll start with my Dell XPS 8700. This has not really changed. This still has the Core i7 4790K CPU, 16 gigs of RAM. It's got the crucial 240 gigabyte MX200 SSD. Also has an internal 2 terabyte hard drive. This is a computer I bought new from Dell about 2 years ago now. My main video editing rig. Great system. I wouldn't be able to do any of these videos without it, and it still works fantastically. Two monitors I have here are both 24 inches. This one here is a Gateway LCD screen. Both are 1080p. This one is AOC screen, also 24 inches. Other than that, the only other thing I have back here is, if you can look here, there's one right here. I don't know how well the camera is going to pick it up or not. And one right here. I have two external 5 terabyte hard drives. The one on the left is the Western Digital. One on the right is a Seagate. And this is my main, once again, my main computer, my main video editing rig. And running Windows 10, very, very pleased with it. Next, if we turn over here, I have the Asus Core i7 system. This one is the one I picked up at the thrift store a couple months ago for 30 bucks. Still cannot get over the deal I got on that. This one also has 16 gigabytes of memory and a 16 gigabytes of RAM, 2 terabyte conventional hard drive, and this is the one I just put the PNY SSD in. That one's also 240 gigabytes. Video card in this is a GeForce GT 625 card that came with it originally, just fine. It works great for video editing purposes. Other than that, I also have a 22-inch Dell LCD monitor. I picked this up a couple of weeks ago at the Goodwill. This computer works absolutely great. I wanted to kind of reiterate something that I said before. When I did the boot speed test on this, it, yes, is indeed in fast boot mode, but it was in that mode before when I had the conventional hard drive, and that's why I just kept in there. I wanted to give you guys kind of a baseline from how fast the original mechanical hard drive booted versus the SSD, and I didn't want to make too many changes, so that's why I did it that way. So later on, when I have more time, I may go ahead and turn that off, fast boot mode, and see how big a difference it makes. But for now, I'm just going to leave that alone. Next, I have my Media Center PC, which I know a lot of you guys probably remember, is this HP Beats audio system. This has a AMD A10 in it. Is running Windows 10, 16 gigabytes of memory, a 500 gigabyte mechanical hard drive. I think there's a Western Digital in this one, and also has a 240 gigabyte Crucial MX200 SSD. So I now have 3, if you're counting, I have 3 computers with SSDs, and I am very, very happy with them. The boot speeds are absolutely amazing. I will say that I do not get as much use out of this particular computer as some of the other ones. Generally, I don't sit in the alcove like I used to, but when I have friends over or family over, we want to watch a movie, I did install a secondhand Blu-ray drive in here, so I can watch Blu-ray movies through the computer, and it is hooked up to my Onkyo 5.1 surround sound system via an optical audio cable, so I do have this set up with a surround system. Once again, this was a computer that I actually got from a garage sale. I paid the guy $5 for it. Yes, I did. It did not have any memory or hard drive in it. It was stripped out. The guy said it had a virus in it, so when I got it home, I actually had to put a hard drive in it and memory. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but Baxter has decided to come in and crash my video, which is very surprising because he usually does not like to come in this room. No clawing at that curtain, buddy. No clawing. Yeah. What you doing? You really want to crash my video, don't you, today? Yeah. Huh, it's interesting. He doesn't usually like being in here. Usually because I have my air cleaner running. I think it scares him. But getting back to this computer, I had to put in a new hard drive, memory, and I also had to make a hard drive caddy for this because the guy had pulled the original caddy out and didn't know what he did with it. So this one required quite a bit of work, but I got it to run, and it absolutely works beautifully. And later on in another video, I will try and boot all these up for you and show you the exact specs, but I'm just not going to have time to do it. And the last two systems I have to show you really haven't changed either. This one is my HP Pavilion that's running Windows 2000. I have not changed anything about this computer. It is a Pentium 3. Originally it had Windows 98, but I put Windows 2000 on it. I've had this computer for about 3 years now, and it is a die-hard system. I actually use this in conjunction with my Gateway VX 1100 22-inch CRT monitor with the Trinitron tube. This is actually a Sony Trinitron screen. I love this thing. The combination of these two work great. I actually use this as my Winamp server. Actually, it's my music server, and I use Winamp on it. Very, very good computer. I can't say enough good things about it. The only thing I ever had to do with this was replace the case fan. And that was a little bit of a challenge because the way they design the cases here, they don't come apart very easily. But once I got it done, the thing has been totally rock hard reliable. And the very last computer that I have hooked up right now that I know a lot of you guys have seen is this Pentium 3 Gateway system. I believe this one's a 550 megahertz, but to be honest with you, it's been so long since I used it, I don't even remember anymore. I do use this during the holidays usually because I have all the Jazz Jackrabbit trilogy on here. I have the Jazz Jackrabbit 2, the Holiday Hair 98, Holiday Hair 99 games, and when you've seen those gameplay videos on my channel, they are actually being filmed using this computer. You can see on top it's got a really old 6X Creative DVD-ROM. That is not original. The original DVD-ROM that came with it went bad, and then I put this one in. You can probably tell because it's not the same color. It's kind of it's more yellowy color than the case. Got a 3.5-inch floppy drive in there, and then this is the original 4X. Is a 4x4x24 CD burner, so it reads, writes at 4-speed, rewrites at 4-speed, and reads at 24-speed. And those are the computers that I currently am using in my room. I have some more computers in the closet. I still have my Dell XPS D233, my Pentium 2 DOS gaming system, but that's actually sitting in the closet right now and hasn't been used in a while. So I hope this kind of updates you guys. And again, once again, I apologize. I know I haven't done this for a while. With the holidays and everything, the video schedules have been really crazy, but at least this gives you a preliminary idea of what I'm actually using in my room at this moment. Baxter I'm trying to work on my little creative jukebox, maybe listen to some music, and Baxter's here just bugging me again. You silly little boy. He never comes in my room, and the one time I'm trying to do some filming in here, he's got to be a big bugger, don't you? Why don't you show everybody that handsome face? Good boy. Good boy, Baxter. Yeah. We are still very happy with him, though. He is a little bit too much of a kitten still. He likes to bug us early in the morning because he wants food or he wants attention. Oh, yes. You know you're a good cat. I mean, how can you not love a face like this? And he is just so, so sweet. You purring? Oh, yeah, we got some purring. Normally, I do not allow him on the tables like this, but you know what? I don't really care right now. He's just so happy. Wow, just looking at his ears. I don't know if you guys noticed, you saw the light. You can actually see the veins in his ears. That is really cool. I've never noticed that before. Man, look at that network of veins he's got up there. Yeah. You're just so happy. You're just a very happy cat. Yes, you are. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Baxter. Yeah? What you doing? What you doing? So nosy. Well, I'm going to give him some more attention, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Well, tubers, that's all I got for you today. Hope you really enjoyed this vlog. Please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.